Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon everyone. Okay, I bet you are waiting for me. Okay, the last presenter for today. So actually I have a little bit cold hands because my student is watching me there. Okay, there. Okay. Okay, so I try to make it short and sweet. I didn't prepare much because in my mind right now there is something big in my life is going to happen this weekend. So I'm trying to do like I'm getting married. Okay. Okay. Uh, thank you. So I try to make. I got the cards. I will invite you later. Okay. But it's going to be far away because I'm from Terengganu, so it's a little bit far. It doesn't matter. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm Izzaidah binti Atan from SMK Agama Yan from Yan district. Okay. So actually, everyone has already thought about this later. So I feel like I'm going to conclude everything that you have been talking about. I guess so. Okay. So my introduction is actually learning English is all about the basics. Okay. So for us, okay, actually grammar and vocabulary is the key elements of learning English. Okay, and the difference is everyone has been using the different approach. Okay, all of you knows what is the best approach for your students. Okay, so for my students, for our students, it's a little bit might be different, but I think some of you has already shared about this. Okay, so the objective for my approach, for our school is we would like the students to apply the correct forms of the basic grammar and also apply the appropriate or suitable vocabulary related to the topic. Okay, so basically the background of my students, last year we have like around 164 students, okay, from the excellent ones to the weaker ones, but we didn't call the weak student the weak ones. We call them as the harapan cemerlang. Okay, sometimes the names give them motivation, give them hope that they are also can be an excellent student one day. Okay, so for the Form 5, we have 6 classes. I've taught 3 classes. Okay, my GKB taught 2 classes and my KP taught 1 class lah. So I got the most classes for the Form 5. Okay. So actually there's nothing much that we do. Okay. So as for me, we call it as the back to the basics. Okay. So for the student in learning English, their basics should be strong enough. Okay. So sometimes when they don't have the basic grammar, they don't have a good or a strong basic grammar or the vocabulary, sometimes the meaning that they can't convey the meaning properly. So sometimes we can't understand what they want to talk about. Okay. So as for us, the basic grammars that we have emphasized on is more on the part of speech, subject verb agreement, and tenses, and also sometime on the vocabulary lah. Okay. So for the implementation, normally we do the collaborative learning, okay, inside the teaching and learning process as well as during the ESCLA classes. Okay, but a little bit different. I know everyone has been using collaborative learning in your teaching and learning process, but for us, a little bit different that we did this last year is the way we arrange the students. Okay. So before this, we would like to just like, we want to like, we don't want to take times to grouping them in class. Okay, sometimes we just like, okay, you just go make a group, okay, and then do this, do this, do that, okay. But for last year, what we did was, okay, we arrange them according to their level of competency. Okay, the good student will be with the good students, the weaker ones with the weaker ones lah. Okay, because when they are in the same group, when they are in the same level of competency, like the previous teachers have said, they don't feel shy, they don't feel inferior to share or to give their ideas. Like if you put them like randomly, sometimes the good student will lead the work. So everything will be done by the good ones. So the weaker one will just follow everything. So the weaker ones didn't get anything that they want. Okay. So that's why we we arrange it like that, either in the teaching and learning or process during the PDP as well as during the extra classes. Okay, so from that we can see that the weaker ones, the harapan cemerlang students, okay, feel motivated to share, to ask us about their mistake and errors and everything. But for the good one, they like to take control on their learning. Okay, so what we did sometimes in the class, during the reading session, okay, during the reading session, for the weaker ones, we give them different exercises, different parts. We ask them to do like part 1 and part 2. For the good one, we ask them to do like part 3, part 4 and part 5. So they have like the two different kinds of exercises lah. Okay, so from that, we as a facilitator, we should just go move around and ask them if there is any question and everything. And also for the writing part, okay, for the good ones, they can come up with the essay already. You can just give them any question, any topic, they can come up with a good essay. But for the weaker one, you need to guide them one by one. So what we did in the class is, for the harapan cemerlang student, they are start with the sentence first. They write the first sentence and then they are going to show it to us, and then we correct everything, and then they need to write it back and then continue the sentence until they get a paragraph. And then they can move on to another paragraph, another paragraph, another paragraph. But for the good ones, you can just let them do the essays, and then they can just come to you and then you just mark it down lah. Okay, that is what we did in our class lah. So from that, okay, so from that, the result, I don't actually like to compare SPM 2023 to 2024 because they are different students. They are different batches, okay. So what I like to compare here, but I also have the result for 2023 to 2024. So what I put here in my slides for the result, there is a positive increment in GP was observed from the trial examination from the PPT, in which it increased 0.25. Okay, and at the same time also, all the students also, they feel like they feel appreciated. They feel like it helps them in improving their understanding, especially for the basic grammar lah. Okay. So a comparison result from the SPM 2023 to 2024. Okay, so for 2023, we got 2.93, okay, and for 2024, we got 2.23, so increment of 0.70, okay. So for SMK Agama Yan, the highest A plus that we have ever get is only 5, but for this year, we got 21 A plus, okay. So actually for the good one, actually they like to take control of their lessons. So maybe you can let them control, let them figure out what kind of approaches that they want. Okay, that kind of person. But for the weaker ones, you need to lead them one by one. Okay. So as for me, okay, so for the conclusion, okay, so I think every school have its own strengths and weaknesses, but make use of the strength that you have, okay? And I know all of you are here are a loving person, caring person, responsible person and everything. And I know you know what is the best for your students. So just apply everything that you can do for your students, and inshallah, all is well. And that's all. Thank you.